Well, my first trip to Nigeria was after the Biafran War ended, 1970. And I had a summer job at the old Federal Department of Antiquities in Lagos, which was then the capital of Nigeria. And I had the opportunity to accompany the then Director General on a trip around the country to visit various sites that the then head of state, General Gawan, was going to visit. So while we were out and about, I had the fabulous opportunity to witness an Egungun masquerade in some small village. This was in 1970. I had, up to that point, I don't think I knew anything about Egungun masquerades, and I was just amazed. I mean, here, this is 1970. I'd been staying in Lagos, which is a very urban environment. Certainly hadn't seen any masquerades there. I was amazed, and I knew this was something that I had to learn more about. 2 summers later, I went out to do field research in a town called Abeokuta. And I eventually went to that town to observe a masquerade and to study an Egungun masquerade, meet sculptors and members of the Egungun Society. But before that happened, I had to find out when it was time to go. And believe it or not, I knew it was time to go to Abeokuta just by reading the newspaper, because eventually there was a notice calling on the sons and daughters of Abeokuta to come to Abeokuta for the annual Egungun celebration. That's how it was done. Nowadays, I guess they make the advertisement on television, the call to come home for this annual celebration that makes the ancestors visible. They come back to bless their survivors, but also to settle disputes in the family. It was magnificent. Costumes like you just could not believe, materials, satins, velvets, costumes with carved wooden headdresses. Sometimes they were all textiles. Dancing, behaviors that didn't happen all year long. Wives pulling their husbands by the ear, to come home because they maybe had had too much to drink. It was just absolutely wonderful. And it's so big. And when it dances, those panels fly about. And they have to, because as the masquerade swirls and twirls, you want to be near enough to it that it brushes against you, because these are the breezes of blessings. That's what the Yorubas say, breezes of blessings. And that's what it does, is it twirls around.